Alrighty, y'all. So we out here getting our walk done. We what is today? Day 77? Yeah, I think so. So we did arms yesterday, and wasn't really feeling it too much. Like yesterday, did my walk, felt great. Came home, ate, and then stomach felt a little messed up. Then had my pre-workout meal. Stomach still felt a bit jacked up, and it's all crampy and stuff and whatnot. So I don't know if I had a little bit of bad chicken, or maybe just didn't get cooked enough. But I'm assuming I just bought bad, because the next pack of chicken I went to open after that, it smelt extremely rancid. So, Stop and Shop brand chicken, that is now a no-go. Normally, I'm not buying that. I'm buying BJ's branded chicken, because we go there normally to buy our meats in bulk. But we're a bit low on chicken, so we went to Stop and Shop, grabbed a couple packs of Stop and Shop chicken, and well, not good. So we're going along with that. How you doing? And so got some Nature's Choice. Pretty sure I've had that brand before. Not quite sure, but it looks a whole lot better. The color's a whole lot better. And the other weird thing too with that Stop and Shop chicken is, like, it was almost like grainy looking when you sliced it open. It looked like beef. So I'm wondering if that's some of that fake meat shit. And my stomach was like, bro, this ain't real food. So thinking that's a possibility of what that is there. So we won't be eating any more of that. But we did arms yesterday, and our workout sucked. We were down on energy. We just weren't motivated. Freaking body was just like, I don't want to do this. So we got like our first movement in, and it felt okay. But then by the time it is time to go into the second one, into the third one, and then move into biceps, I had nothing in me for it. And that was even with a scoop of pre-workout and a scoop of pump. Like, the pump was junk. It was just not a day for working out. So that's alright. Today, leg day, will knock us back a double scoop today of our good old bucked up BAMF. Probably orange flavored soda, because that stuff is delicious. It's like a little nice treat. And then yeah, so that is the plan today, is to dominate legs. And I've got to film squats today from the side, so you guys will have a little different perspective on that, because I need to see squat depth and back angle, and I can't get that when filming it from behind. So that way I could send that to a buddy, and he can review my form and see what's going on with it, so I could start correcting some of these problems I've got with the squat. So, but with that, we're about to get on and eat our lunch today. Oh, look at this awesome freaking shirt from Bucked Up. We'll throw that on in here. It's one of their awesome t-shirts. They fit freaking great. The material is awesome. So if you are interested in some Bucked Up supplements or clothing, promo code BlindGuy10. I'll drop the link and the promo code down in the description, so you guys will see that later on. But I will see y'all later in the gym when we go in there to hit legs. Today's leg day, so we're starting out with squats. So I started with 95 pounds, did that for 10, went to 135 for 8, 155 for 6. Now we're going to do 185 for 4, and then we're going to jump to 225 for 2, which will be our top set for the day. And then if the 2 reps feel good today, our next leg day will go 230 for 2. And then we'll just slowly start working that 2 rep up. And then the sets working up to that 2 rep will also end up changing. You know, when I get to like 275, or probably around like 255, 240, probably like 245 range. Instead of going 135, 155, we'll go 185 and then like 205, 245. And then when we get to like 275, that third set will end up being 225 instead of 205. So there'll be some staggering there to make up for the weight jumps as it happens until we end up, you know, going like 95, 135, 185, 225, 275, and then eventually 315. Because our goal overall for the squats is to get back to 315 by 2. So if I can get to that and I can comfortably squat, you know, freaking 225 for that punt, 6 reps, and then go 275 for 4 reps, and then 315 for 2 reps, I'll be 100% happy with my squat. I have no want to get past the 315 squat. I truthfully don't even really want to squat 315, but I know for the leg development I want, and my overall core strength and stability and balance, I need to squat that amount. Especially with, if I'm benching 315, I should be able to squat 315. So I don't want my bench being, you know, 100 pounds more than my squat is. So we're going to work on bumping that up slowly over time and seeing where we get with that, as long as we don't start building any like lower back pain, things like that. If we do, then, you know, the squat will get back down until it's able to start going back up again. So my squat is my point of contention for all of my big lifts, and it always has been. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit this 185 right now for 4 reps. So let's get that done. So that felt nice and solid, no pains anywhere, and feels good. So that means I definitely feel confident in going to 225 right after this. So I'm going to move the camera over to the side. The angle's going to be a little weird, but it's to check to make sure I'm not bending over too far and things like that. So I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute when I fix the camera. So this is top set. 2 reps, 225. So let's see what's happening with the form after a couple warm-up sets, and if it's getting worse or if it's better. Ooh, we definitely almost lost balance there. That was terrible. That second rep was super bad. We definitely rotated forward, and I had to catch myself with the calves basically to push myself back underneath that. Luckily, we didn't lose it. I was able to what felt like hold my back straight, but definitely lost my balance. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to V squats. 270 pounds is what we're doing these at. 8 to 10 reps is our current rep range that we're shooting for on these sets. So, oh man, legs are already kind of noodly feeling after just the squats. Now, let's go ahead and get these guys going. So we want a pretty neutral stance with these because we're trying to overload the quads, which the closer you get and the lower on the plate you are, the more quad activation you're going to achieve. Man, I really do hate leg days, but we've got to do them. Definitely still putting effort into them. Even though I don't like them, I know I've got to do them. If I'm going to do them, then I got to make sure I'm putting the effort into them. So we're still getting the drive. We're still pushing the quads and the hamstrings as much as we can. But there's definitely some leg imbalances and I think some hip imbalances that we've got to work through to help get this stuff back on track for squatting. Definitely. I think the lack of being able to also do leg extensions is holding back my ability of leg growth by quite a bit, as well as it's making it harder for me to squat because I'm very hamstring and glute dominant, and so it's making me want to set my hips really far back, I think, from looking at the warm-up set at 135 and then the last set at 225. Even though it feels natural, like I'm going pretty much straight up and down, it looks like I'm possibly setting the hips back, like I'm trying to more or less deadlift the weight over squatting the weight, even though my bar path is straight up and down. So it's staying over my feet where it should be, but I'm allowing my back to go like this instead of like this, I think is my problem. Which would definitely cause some lower back pain as the weight gets heavier because I'm more or less doing a good morning with whatever weight I have on my back. So I think I need to figure out, maybe I just need a wider stance is my issue for squatting. Maybe if I come out wider, I can get more of that vertical back. Or I'm wondering if it's because of the bar height and how high up I have that thing set, because it's kind of more like up in this area instead of back behind me. But I'd assume the further back and lower you get on your back, the more it's going to push you over, because now it's behind you and the weight's got to sit up over your heels. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not a big expert on squatting. So it's always been a weaker focus of mine that I've never really put a lot of effort into learning the specific techniques to squatting properly, other than just moving the weight for squats. Probably why my squats always suffered in comparison to like my deadlift and my bench press. Both of those, I've focused a lot on different techniques and cues to be able to drive the weight correctly. And it definitely shows that I never took that time with squatting. So it is something I've got to work on, and that's why we are trying to work on it. So I'll knock out the next 2 sets of these, And then I believe we do RDLs next is what I have scheduled here. So we'll go ahead and move into Romanian deadlifts, and I'll have you guys catch up with me then. Now we're on to RDLs. So we're going to go ahead and knock these out at 185 pounds. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. They're definitely heavy compared to, say, the average person for RDLs, but our deadlift is also fairly high. All right, that is a large amount of hamstring stretch. So it is a lot of focus for the hamstrings. I'm pretty sure you guys can't see my head at the moment because I have this angled down more to look at my form on these, so I can actually make sure I'm doing them correctly tomorrow when I go to edit this video. But take a look at those. I can feel it all in the hams and the glutes. I don't feel a bunch of tension per se in like the back and lower back. And I feel like I'm holding all that nice and straight and stiff, chest up. So I'll make sure I'm not rolling over, because when you roll over, that's where injury is going to occur, because you're not able to support that weight. But I'm going to go ahead and knock out 2 more sets of these, and then we'll move on to calf raises. All right, so we've got, oh, hold on a second. I gotta put more weight on there. This bar is a Smith bar, so it's 40 pounds lighter than the Olympic bar. But we'll have 185 on here now. So there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and knock out some calf raises. Thinking 5 sets, 12 to 15 is where we're going to be shooting for these for today. We're starting to feel pretty fatigued. So let's go ahead and get these things knocked out, shall we? All right, so 15, I'm still feeling a little easy, so I went ahead and went up to 20. We should be able to do 20 for the next 4 sets as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those things knocked out, and I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'm gonna do cable crunches after the next 4 sets of those, but I'm looking just to get this done real fast. I'll probably just superset them back and forth, get them done quicker so I can get on out of here, because I am hungry. So with that, make sure you guys are out there, you're getting your stuff done, you're working towards your goals, and most of all, don't be a lazy fuck.